Yum 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 yum. Yeah. Too lazy to wait, so here we are. Check. Hello, Yugami. What's up? Yeah, I'm too lazy to wait. Usually I just kind of sit in front of my computer for like half an hour before I press the button. And mostly I just want to keep the timing there. And 2 minutes is good enough. 2 minutes off. As long as it's 2 minutes early and not 2 minutes late, I think that's good. Yes, how am I today? Hard to say. Slightly better than yesterday. Very far away from the optimal. But we're still kicking, we're still doing this, so I can't complain. At least I don't feel like vomiting today. So there is an improvement. I think I'll try to see the doctor tomorrow. I might get rejected for insurance related issues, which is interesting. But I'll take some time off tomorrow. I think I'll go to the doctors and be like, hey guys, you know, for like the past like almost half a year to 9 months, I've been like kind of shit peeing on my ass, you know? Like, you guys got anything I can I can use for that? Oh man. Great stuff. Yeah, I feel like my issue is kind of mental, like it's like psychological. Like, what I'm eating doesn't seem to matter so much. More of like how I'm eating and how I feel like what I should behave. You know, like if I eat something that I feel like it's gonna give me the runs, I will then get the runs. If I eat something that's too fast, and I'm like, yeah, I don't really feel so good, and I'll just get like worse and worse. Like I feel worse and worse and worse about it, and then eventually I would, you know, pee out my ass. It's a feature, really. It's not a bug. It's a efficiency. Am I right? Yeah, I hope so too. I wonder how many people that's watching the VODs or like just lurking. I'll be like, oh my god, stop fucking talking about your butt, man. Oh my god. Anyways, that's tomorrow. Let's see if the doctor wants to see me or not. If so, maybe I can get some lab testing set up. That would be nice. Yeah, I am getting worse sleep recently. What I've come to realize is that I have, once again, I mean, this is a very common pattern with everything I do, is that I normalize what's happening right now. And what's happening right now is that we're streaming for 3 hours a day for every weekday, and I'm getting really used to the fact that I'm doing this. So I'm coming to expect myself to do this, and I'm coming to expect that this is the baseline amount of progress. I was thinking about like an analogy, right? Because I've been trying to figure out how to make a good video to explain the stuff that I've learned. But imagine like you have this. This is on this axis is like level, like let's say mastery, right? How good you are at the thing. And then this is like different items, different jobs, so activities. And here we have art, right? And then we have like other stuff, like maybe like job, maybe like keeping yourself like staying alive, you know. And so as you want to learn more things, let's say I add something that I want to learn but I'm not learning, right? As I learn more things, as I want to learn more things, you have to split your time across all these different items. And the problem is that when you're going in, you kind of have an expectation, whether if it's put on top of you or whether if it's something that you set yourself, right? Let's say like this. So this is the expectation, right? But it could be set by someone else. This could be, oh, okay, let's keep it simple. In this case, it's all set by you, right? But it's set by you for a reason. For example, maybe you feel like your job needs you to perform at this level so you don't get fired. Or maybe you feel like you need to perform at this level of staying alive, which means just, you know, doing like groceries or cooking, that kind of stuff. Cleaning, that kind of stuff. Like say you have some expectations. Then if you perform at this level here, then this gap makes you feel bad, right? It might have other effects too. Like for example, if you're performing here on your job and you're expected to be here, you know, you may get fired, that kind of stuff. But what I do is that, especially for art, because the way art expectation level is set is where I think I want to be, where it's a comfortable like drawing level. And this to me means like you can draw stuff quick, draw nice, right? Which I think for a lot of people this is a target. But the thing is, it depends on how much of a perfectionist you are, and then this bar will go higher and higher and so forth. But by the way, this is infinite. I'm just gonna keep this as infinity here because I can't draw that line that long. So let's say I'm here, and let's say I'm currently here. This gap here, makes me want to improve, and makes me feel bad at the same time, right? Like we can all relate. And then what happens is that as I'm bringing out my level, let's say I bring my level to here. I bring my level to here. Now I'm here. But I don't see it as having conquered a step. I don't see this as taking a step. I see it as my new goal is here now. I normalize this position immediately, and then I say that, hey, this is the goal. Or rather, in my mind, I kind of think of it as this has always been the goal. This is like always been. Even though it hasn't always been, right? And then when I get here, I move the goalpost up here and I say that, hey, it's always been here. What are you doing? You're still so far away, you know? Like this goal is basically at this here. It's like, yeah, it's still so far away. Like you made progress, sure, but like, you know, like we're still so far away. Just ignore these guys. Just focus on this part. And that's the main problem. Now it's the same thing that's happening with the streams. I'm thinking that, hey, every day 3 hours. Previously, every day equals 0 hours, right? So when I move it up to +3 to 3 hours, I'm like, hey, yeah, that's great. That's like, it's like thumbs up, you know. How do you draw a thumbs up? But then now that it's been like about like 9 months here, this is now the baseline. This is now just like normal now. This is normal now. So it was normal here, but then now this is normal now because this got moved up. So now I'm trying to figure out how else I can add stuff here. And obviously you only have 24 hours in the day anyways, right? It's not like I can just make time, I'll come out of nowhere. So it's not quite possible. So where can I go? How do I get here? And anyways, I just realized as I'm explaining this, it's not really very relevant between the two sets of diagrams that I'm trying to use to explain. But anyways, good thing I tried it out here before I try to make a video around it. But in essence, I'm having issues sleeping recently because I couldn't figure out how to make myself go faster. I feel like I'm not doing enough again. It's the good old problem of I feel like I'm slacking too much. And so, what else can I do? What can I do? I lay in bed thinking about shit. And then my dreams get really weird. Man, my dream was pretty weird. I was trying to sleep for like 2 hours before I started the stream. Kind of weird. Exploring like this abandoned part of like a really huge university campus, and then for some reason it wasn't abandoned. There were like classes for like really elite students somewhere up top. Anyways, that was weird. It was kind of great, but also kind of weird. And then like me and my friends got looked down on as those guys got off class. Yeah. Sorry, ED. There's either a name What is ED? Wait, erectile dysfunction. That's the only ED I know. Alright, let's go Sumeru next. Sumeru? Oh, wait, what? I'm not sure how that relates to ED. But that's cool, I guess. Is that cool? Oh shit, I'm hungry again. Yo, my stomach is so fucking weird, man. When I eat, I feel like I'm eating too much and I feel really uncomfortable. And then afterwards, I get hungry almost immediately. It's so weird, dude. If it was like me eating a lot and then I'm not getting, like, gaining weight or anything like that and I still constantly feel hungry, I believe that is a sign of parasites. But the thing is, I'm not eating a lot. But I feel discomfort. So I don't think it's parasites, because I think I would have seen myself do a lot of weight loss. But if that were the case. Sliced breads. Yeah, sliced breads. I'm starting to try and eat more fruits, because I think I don't think vitamin deficiency is what is causing me issues, but I'm definitely deficient in my vitamins. Anyways, I'm not really drawing very tightly here because I'm just trying to get... Hello, George, by the way. Just trying to get warmed up here. Ibukize doing his 60 sketches in 1 hour, 1 sketch per minute, 1 gesture per minute for like 100 and... Was that like 8 today now? That's insane, man. 108 consecutive days. Like, even though like 60 minutes is less than what I'm streaming, but like I feel like doing something repetitively for 60 times in a row, for 100 days in a row, I feel like that burnout comes on a lot faster than what I'm doing. Especially because it's in the same thing. Like, I think if we go back and see how many times I've changed my plans and say that I'll do something but not do something in the end, because I wanted to do something else. Man, I'm like, yeah, it's like impossible to do what he's doing. Absolutely insane. Yeah, don't worry, guys. My dreams and stuff has been pretty... I mean, it's kind of been like that for years and years and years. I'm always by myself for the most part. At least I wasn't by myself today. Although I don't remember the guys that were with me. Yeah, I'm usually by myself. I'm usually trying to run away from something. Sometimes I die to various random things. For the most part, it's just running away. There are so many things I'm still learning and realizing as I'm going along. I feel like it's kind of weird that I've never really seen my own character in my dreams. I think it's partly because that's not the original form of the character. But even then, the original form of the character doesn't really appear that often either. Anyways, weird rants. Oh yeah, but hey, my cough is gone. I don't feel itchy in my throat anymore. I was still feeling it a little bit yesterday. I'm not feeling it today. I still have a fever, like for what? Like, for fuck's sake, I don't feel anything. I have like 37 degrees for like the past week and a half now. And I don't feel it. Like, I felt it when it's a bit higher, like 37.4. But I'm constantly getting 37.0. And I don't feel anything. Like, I feel a little bit cold sometimes, but like I feel like that's my baseline. And if that was the, I mean, if I'm, how do I say this? If that's how it feels to be 37.0, I basically had 37.0 for the entire year then. I'm very confused. Maybe I'll ask the doctor if I get to see them tomorrow. But I've had friends who have really high body temperatures, but I don't think that can be me though. With the amount of food I'm ingesting, uh, I don't think it's physically possible for me to generate that much heat. Two days ago, I was really cold at night, and then my stomach was not feeling well, so I didn't eat. And then in the end, I decided to try and eat something. And I constantly sweat. Like, I was constantly sweating because I ate really hot foods. And then for once in my life, I'm like, oh yeah, this is what like a healthy person feels like. Not having to wear like 5 bajillion layers in the office. Uh-huh. Down in the dumps. Oh yeah, I've been feeling really tired recently. I don't know if that's a symptom of something else. But yeah, my sleep has been bad, so I think that's the main issue. Hopefully that is the main issue. I'm trying to relearn how to sleep. It's a very specific direction I need to push myself in when I lie on my bed to get my mind to go in the right direction. So I'm trying to relearn how to do that. But once that is sorted out, I should be able to go back to something a little bit more comfortable, effective. You're too tired, you just can't sleep. I'm not... I think I know what you mean, but I'm not 100% sure. Because like, for me, like if I'm really, really tired, I can sleep. It usually is the in-between... wait, hang on. Yeah, so you know like, okay, so like normal state of mind, so normal. And then you transit into tired, right? And then you transit into something like sleepy here. And then this is like the first time it happens. And then afterwards, you will wait for a bit more. You get more tired. But not sleepy anymore. And then it transit into like super sleepy. For me. This is part I can sleep. This is the part that I can't sleep. Because I get a little bit too tired. And then your mind like, you know, it doesn't go into the best of places. And then it gets really hard to turn it off. Until you get super tired, or when you're exhausted every single thought that you can have, that you can possibly have, then you can sleep again. Sometimes I have to just like let it play out in my head for hours, and then when everything finished playing out, I'm like, all right, time for you to sleep. I guess my brain is like, I guess you can go to sleep now. Music is also like sometimes a little bit dangerous. It gets stuck and then it just goes on loop and loop and loop, and then that's also really hard to turn off. That's actually impossible to turn off. When that happens, I just can't do it. I remember back in the day, like, I don't know, like a decade and a half ago or something, I remember like a classmate, we were like having like a class camping trip, and it wasn't like a particularly pleasant camping trip. You know, it wasn't kind of like fun kind of camping trip, more like training kind of camping trip. And the problem with that is that like, you know, they try to make you sleep and do more physical activities and stuff, and nobody really wants to do it. So, but we also learned that they have like, you know, strict sort of rules around sleeping. So if you can't sleep or something, they have to take you off the training and stuff. So one of my classmates, someone that we know, was like, hey, my brain is like really loud. I keep hearing this music. I can't get it to stop. I can't sleep. I think everyone thought that he was just like talking out of his ass just to get out of it. But then nowadays I get it, so I get it. You know, I physically get it, so I get it. Like, great. it is very annoying. It's very hard to turn it off. Entirety of the music. That's an interesting take, though. I've never tried that before. That is interesting, because sometimes it is true, right? It gets stuck in the same section. Maybe if you give it a resolution. That's an interesting way to do it. I'll try it, I'll try it. I definitely want to try that. Thank you for the suggestion. My current strategy is to just let it go until I'm really tired. Or I somehow manage to hijack the thought into doing something else. That's annoying, but less annoying. Oh man. It feels good not to be like super sick. I'm just a little bit sick today. Which is nice. I feel like it's been a while. I suppose it has been like a week. Oh, what is this? Target is here. And it's been 20 minutes already. Yeah. Oh, the best, man. Have a good brunch. Big ass foot. Get in here. Yeah, if you need more, always come back for more. Oh my god. Alright, I can't spend too long here because colors are still the main thing. I need to come here and deal with my sketch of Hollow real quick. Let me see. I can't go other way here. I need to just do like the quick sketch. So it might just have to be the sketchier version. Oh man, the clean ones are nicer though. For sure. 何しようかな。I think I can still split the line and the shading. I think I'll still do that. So I don't do the colors at the same time, because it's really easy to make it very messy. The success rate isn't particularly high. I mean, this is how you make it more successful, by practicing, but like, I think right now I just want to go for a quick win. I'm not gonna try anything too fancy. I cannot lock on, right? Hang on. Something sizing issue, I think. This is exactly that problem I was talking about with like copying shapes versus doing anatomy and then understanding the seams and stuff, the folds and stuff. I don't really like the proportion they have here, I think. I'm gonna make everything a little bit longer. Like the longer arms, smaller frame but longer arms. Oh wait, I can't put that down, never mind. So with the underlying anatomy, I think the underlying anatomy is too big. Frame is too big. Arms are a little bit too long, I think. Yeah, but like George, this is not a great example because my underlying anatomy itself is kind of the problem. So I want to fix it. I need to know where the arms are turning at least. But it also isn't really that bad. I actually don't know where the issue is. I think primarily with the arm in the back, the left arm, or left arm. I cannot see what the angle, how it's like, and it should be a lot more foreshortened. A lot more foreshortened implies that, oh, it makes sense, right? Because the hand is coming up in front of the face. That means this elbow must be in front of the chest at least. So this must be... This arm should be, let me cut it out here. This arm should be here, I think. Yeah, that should be there. Then the back part would just adjust a little bit. A Rico beat. Actually, a little bit more up. Do I shift this up or do I make it short? Yeah, I have to make it shorter. What? Oh, right. Too thick over here. Nande? Oh, the arms on. Oh. Yes, I'm under the water. Please help me. I'm gonna reshape this. Oh yeah, we gained like 30 something subscribers over like the weekend for some reason. I can only imagine the people like the critiques and stuff last Friday. Because I got 16 on Saturday and 16 on Sunday. Just for the record, usually we get 3 or 4 over the course of one day. So it's a huge bump. I left at like 80, 480 and came back to 520. So I was kind of surprised. I don't know if that is the thing though. Sometimes, I don't know, maybe some algorithm related stuff just kind of happens. I guess that does make sense. Yeah. I feel awfully inadequate to be giving advice, but then at the same time, it's not necessarily my place to make that decision. It is what you guys want, instead of what I think I can provide. If you guys think I can provide what you want, then all I need to do is provide it. So it's not exactly something that I have to think too hard about in that regard. I do intend to keep it consistent though, every Friday, if people want to share things. Let's see, this is why this is sequence view. Okay, I gotta move on with, gotta move into actually rendering this. Where do I want to go with this though? How big do I want this to be? I didn't plan the perspective and anatomy and stuff for the lower half of the body, so it's going to get janky if I want to do it. It will get janky, I'm sure. I don't know where the butt is. So with this perspective, we are pulling this. And then I'm pulling this for the body, right? So it's because it's twisted, so it's not going to be here. But if it were aligned, I think it would still be pretty turned this way. Perspective would be somewhere here, I think. I don't know. Where's the butt? Here? Let me turn this off. Check. Here. Oh, it doesn't have to be that extreme. So I guess I'll just put the legs like that, and then I'm just gonna pretend that it's correct. For the most part, I don't think people will care. The tail is the part that is a bit tricky, because I don't know where it's actually coming out from since I don't have the structure underneath, but I'm sure I can figure something out. Let's see. What number are we at right now? Hollow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this would be hollow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good story. Nine, where is it? Is this? Oh. Maiko. Oh, she's naked. What? Okay. Dang, dude. I remember every single time where I thought I have the rice cooker turned on, but it wasn't turned on. It was just plugged in. Man. Do I push forwards? I don't think that makes sense. I should keep facing the center and just that would be the main alignment here for push a bit further back. Microwave. Microwave is nice, but I'm always super paranoid as to whether if the container is microwavable. Every time I have to check, but even if I see it written on it, I don't really get a lot of assurance. There was like a meme on Reddit or like somewhere that I saw where the product is like some kind of a ceramic cup or something. I forgot what it was, but it was some kind of a ceramic container. And on it, there was this sticker that says it was microwave safe and dishwasher safe. But then on the container itself, there's text saying that it needs to be hand washed and is not microwavable. So, like, you know. Although that being said, the ones that I saw were like actually on the container itself. It wasn't actually a sticker. So maybe, yeah, like maybe those are good. But then if you think about it, it's really so-called safe to the extent that like it's not enough to kill you, like with any easily detectable sort of cause or something like that. It probably still isn't necessarily that safe. Anytime you heat something up, it is going to disintegrate. So I don't know, man. Like modern technology, like if you look at like the history, right, of modern technology and new inventions and stuff like this, it's always there's always like some nonsense that comes out like decades afterwards and be like, oh yeah, this thing was causing you cancer the whole time. Like plastic straws, people put them in hot water. Oh, I've seen like I've seen those this is like YouTube shorts or TikToks or something where people pour hot water into plastic cups and then it just shrivels up and then it just disappears. It's like a magic trick. Man, that's kind of funny. YouTube shorts. Oof. I mean, it's definitely doable, I imagine. Like the science could probably enable it. It's just that like I feel like People trusting people to make it up to spec? Ooh, I don't know about that part. Especially if there's a lot of corruption and stuff like that. That is sketchy. Oh man, I need to do it the other way. Oh yeah, like oh my god, I've seen so many like street vendors of India. I get I get so afraid when I see those. Yeah, my stomach was way better before too. I could eat more street food and not get like bad tummy ache. But now I can't even eat the stuff I make without getting sick. It's game over. It's over, guys. Game over, guys. Are my eyes different size? Hello? Why is it? It is one is bigger. Push up the size up top, I guess. Okay, this eye is now slightly bigger, but it's closer. Whatever, works. Good enough. Nose. Dang, if we ever get transported to Genshin, this is where you find me. Where you can hear this music is where you find me. You like cooking? Oh, dang. How the ladies gotta watch out. A man who can cook. That's plus huge points, isn't it? Well, you get me now. It's a good puzzle. It's a good puzzle. You guys will hear this music pretty often. Anyways, like it's just Fontaine, but a specific part of Fontaine in Genshin. Oh man, I remember when I was a kid playing MapleStory, I would log out at the same place, the same map every day, and I'll say goodbye to NPCs before I log off. I think if there's a GM watching me, they would think that I'm crazy. But they would think that, nah, I'd probably think that I was like a kid or something, but I wasn't a kid back then anymore. Pretty sure I was like 18 or something. Oh yes, a house husbando. Still a kid. You know, I do feel it now. Like, now that I'm way older, I look at all these like teenagers and then I'm like, yeah, you know what? Makes sense. Makes sense. They are still kids because they really haven't, like, until you are making money independent, you know, paying bills, that kind. I get why they say that now. Until you truly start doing that, and not because you want to or because you're trying it out, but because you absolutely have to, the perspective on things changes. And I think that's when you stop being a kid. You can still do kid things, but then like it's a different world now. Yeah, it's the perspective and the decision making changes that comes about as a result of having to pay the bills. I think that's the part that makes it different. Realizing that things are gonna be pretty complicated if you don't have a job. Realizing that, you know, like what kind of human sort of interaction you need to master. What are the in between the lines things that you have to be aware of. It really puts things into perspective, man. I remember so many times I was so scared of talking to people and I always wonder how my parents do it. How are they just talking to strangers? Like, what? Isn't it scary? And now I don't talk to strangers because I just don't want to. I suppose I could. Oh man. I don't think like I would have ever predicted I would do something like this, like streaming or like talking in front of a. Would you call this a camera? I'm not really. I don't have a webcam here, but like, yeah, no, I don't think I would ever have predicted this 10 years ago that I'll be doing this today. It's like, what? What are you talking about? Too small, huh? So she said. Did I color this here? I could do it now, it doesn't really matter. As long as I have a steady hand and do it in one go, it's not really a problem. I do it now or later. Oh, okay. Check. A bleed pen? I'm not sure what a bleed pen is. So I really like to keep mouth open like this. I don't like to, I see like not this open pose, but the fact that it doesn't join up at the bottom. I don't like drawing that bottom line for the most part. I don't know why. I just like doing it like this. Although this kind of works now. When I first started out, I really didn't like it. Nowadays, I can kind of see the value, especially if I'm gonna have to color it anyways. Then I kind of need to know where the line would end, right? So, but yeah. Alright, now I'm gonna go for rougher lines. Oh wait, hang on. I need to know where the clothing... Oh, okay. So basically no arms. No nothing, it's just hands. Wait a second. Oh, okay, it's correct. I'm just gonna split everything up onto different layers, even though I don't really need to, but... Yeah, if I try to connect it up, it never looks right though. It never looks right. Always look kind of weird. Where is my line? Sus. Wait, hang on. This hand rendering is. これで合ってるんけ? Oh my god. But the hands are part of the main focus here, so I guess it's okay to be a little bit more aggressive with the line weight. I just thought that maybe it's not the best. So focusing a lot more on the clean lines, which I don't really want. I don't want clean lines here. I just want flowy lines. And a good experience drawing them. So you have to be somewhat clean, I suppose. Yeah, I've heard that like people with ADHD, they need like more... There's like ways to hack the thinking in order to get them to do things. I remember seeing some advice there, like people who has it says that they got was that like what they would give themselves something like a small snack or something after every time they do something. So you do it and then you do that small thing and then you do the work again and then you do that small thing. And then it keeps that sort of rhythm going or something. I'm not sure though. I don't think I have it. I sort of can understand like them getting like the sort of, you do something, you go into a room and then you get distracted by another thought and then you do that thing and then you forgot like what's happening. Why you came into the room in the first place. That happens more often than I would like, but then besides that, it's mostly fine. So I think I'm just tired. Oh, it's not there. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. I want to do some studies of Fontaine though, like just like some painting practice. But I don't want to do the official art. I want to do someone else's art. But I haven't found any. Well, I haven't gone looking, to be fair. But I want to get used to the sort of architecture and the complexity and all the different colors and materials that might be present. Some study would be nice. Oh my god, this top hand is kind of a little bit bigger. It's not shaped correctly. Let's see. I see. Knock this part out. In that case, I need to bump this bottom of it. I think this looks nicer than just tilting the top line over. Right. Something like that. The top hand looks bigger though, it feels like that. Especially the thumb. Why not official? No, it's a color tuning thing. So I don't really like the very saturated look of the official art. So I want to study something that's a little bit, has a lot more grays in it. Yeah. The official art is great, but that style is not my kind of thing, I think. I actually in general do like more saturated and more higher contrast things. But it's also kind of why I don't really want to do it, because I want to try things that I kind of just don't like it. I think I just like it in the sense that I like, you know, neuron activation in my brain kind of thing. More contrast, more activations. But I want a subtlety that people... Oh my god, the finger is getting like wider. Yeah. So it looks big, it's the hip proportion. Oh, I'm just comparing to the other hand. I'm trying to check the vibes between the two hands, and it feels to me like the top hand is not the same vibe. Like, look, if you look at the finger, like the width and the length and the way that it turns, or rather the kind of shapes that it has, feels kind of still too long, the top one, by a little bit. Yeah, it's kind of stiff as well. That's what she said. Wait, what? But anyways. Should be almost there. Because I have to erase the previous one completely, since it's not a sketch. I can't really see where I need to go. I am the "that's what she said" guy in my friend group, basically. Although partly that's because I'm the only sort of native English speaker in there. The other one is not always present. Heyo, that finger looks very weird. It's got like this joint bump in the original, but I don't really like drawing joints because I feel like it's really easy to mess it up and make it look really lumpy. But at the same time, too sterile of a line also might not look that good. I think right now we have a good compromise. I'm gonna move on. And it's gonna take longer than I expect again. So I might have to split it into 2 days here, today and tomorrow. Especially some of these parts, I haven't quite sorted out what I want yet. Yeah, I'm pushing into this, right? This one is the most recent, I think. Either this or the sideways one. I mean, these streams are not really for it, but I do like all the loot jokes and stuff. I throw that around way more often if I'm off stream. And the next character I'm working on is basically a Gruner. She's a literal certified Gruner. Although the thing I'm kind of impressed right now is that some of these characters that I have, they actually make a lot of sense. Like, it's not just because well, I mean, I do want them to have a specific personality or design, right? It starts off kind of in the sort of surface level, but the issue with character design is that this is the water line, right? If you this is the water line, this is the viewers. Right, you get the eyeballs that sees on top of the water, but below the water is like stuff like lore, you know, like other personality. Well, actually, personality I think is one level up already. Actually, personality is kind of above water. And then there's the physical design. The problem with this is that there's usually, if you want something that's good, you need to have lore that backs it up. Like if they are a Gunnar, like why are they a Gunnar, right? Then you drill down to what is a Gunnar and like what are the typical characteristics of a Gunnar, and then like stuff like design, like what kind of clothing does she wear, or what kind of accessories does she wear, and why is that the case? I don't know what iceberg theory. Oh, not necessarily like there's more stuff hidden. Like iceberg is more about like if you see something on the surface, it usually means there's a lot more hidden. In this case, it's not really necessarily about more of the same thing, but rather it's like a building where this is the foundation that's under the ground. Foundation of the building, and then this is the building that people see, right? If we don't use the water analogy. And the impressive thing is that right now, this is happening very naturally. Because I decided on some of these things sort of... Well, the physical design is something very specific. But I think the personality and the sort of the lore that came together with it, I can't remember how I did it because it's happened over the past few years. But I feel like I didn't necessarily thought through this that consistently, like that deeply. But they kind of work pretty well right now. The background of the character, leading into why she is the way she is, as well as some of the other sort of choices that she will make, and the interaction with other characters. And more importantly, I think is the interaction with other characters. Currently, I only have her fleshed out, and then Ria is this sort of empty building where I don't really know what's inside myself. But like, the interaction that she would have would be related this way too. So everything feeds in correctly. And I think that's the interesting part. So now that I'm back to work because I'm no longer sick, apparently, I don't have a lot of time to work on her anymore. So I'll try to do more stuff on the weekends and stuff like that, but for the most part, kind of on hold again. Oh, man. I'm gonna be dissatisfied with this year, I'm pretty sure. This doesn't key the usual line. Oh wait, hang on. I just push it out though, right? Questionable. Oh, I might need the clothing in first. Okay, let's do the clothing first. Got it. Oh, but whenever I do release this character though, she'll get a very comprehensive sheet. I'm working on everything. It's not just about design or like a basic lore. It is about the different range of emotions, some specifics, specificities of the design, and then interaction. Might sound weird, but smells. I think like character design should, you know, ideally approach from from the 5 senses. So it's not just about physical, visually what's going on, but also about like, okay, I mean taste is kind of not a great way to put it, but you know, what kind of smells might be associated, and then from the smells you can talk about the environments that they like to be in. Oh well, maybe not necessarily like to be in, just happens to be in. I haven't done this in so long. I don't know what the train of thought is. Hang on. If I am using the shading set, if I'm doing shading separately, what am I doing now? I'm only doing ambient occlusion then, with the thicker lines. That is the only thing that would make sense here. Doesn't have to be clean, it just has to be roughly right. Oh, shit. Right. Okay. This works. Doesn't work, I don't see it. Oh, I do need the anatomy though. The other way? Are you? Oh yeah, and this is the other half of it. I don't know if I mentioned this last Friday too, but like if you're just copying shapes, then it's kind of hard to control the level of detail. Because you're just copying every single pattern that you see. Like right now, that's what I'm doing. So it can get a little bit overwhelming, I think. Hello, Devay. Oh. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. Welcome, adventurer. Are you here to complete your daily quest? Hades 2. Okay. Yes, I see my manager playing that too. I see a lot of people playing it. I guess it must mean it's a good game. I mean, if so many people are playing it. I see. Daily quest. Yes, thank you. You have completed your daily quest. It is very interesting. It doesn't look like there are some implied Nasephoric, like facial expressions and like clearly, you know, like the action is cropped out kind of stuff, but for the most part, won't be the worst thing we've shown on screen. Worst thing so far has been two big muscular dudes going at each other because I failed to understand what I was looking at because it was just a sketch, really thin black lines on very white canvas. Took a while for the thing to register. Very interesting, very interesting. Is this related? Oh, this is more of a meme. Oh, okay. I thought this was the guy's hand. I thought the guy was like punching her boob for some reason. Slightly more not safe for work. Anyways, why would I think so? I don't know. It just kind of looked like it in the thumbnail. Like if I look at this, I see the guy, and I see a hand. Immediately, I see a hand in the negative space, and I'm like, oh. Why is Gura trending? Why is Saba trending? Hang on. Let me check. Anyways, thank you for your daily quest. Very sketchy to click on YouTuber names when it's trending, because like half of them is like literally softcore porn. Like right here is like hardcore porn. Okay, great. Thank you. What does she do? Is she trending for some reason, or like she's just trending because she's Saba? I don't know. All I see like a very saucy art. All the lolicons coming out of the woodworks with this tag here. Let me see. Did she post anything interesting? Nothing special. I don't know. She's just trending. That's what you get when you're famous. It's kind of trending. Something about Watson? Is that? I don't see Watson trending though. I also don't watch the streams. My YouTube shorts recommendation is mostly a bunch of memes and stuff. What color should I deal with today? I was thinking of doing some kind of black and white study with respect to hair rendering. Yeah. Oh shit, what do I do on this side? Because it's all pretty dark. Based on my current so-called scaling, I would have to do a lot of stuff with the pen here. I don't know if I should though. I mean, I should, I guess. I don't know if I want to. Yes, please enjoy your food. You know what? I'm not going to. I'll just leave it up till later. So I'll just take out the darker stuff again. Yes, please do. Yeah, what's happening on this side? The hair is blocking. I think my hair here should also block it. So I'm not gonna be too worried here. Always nice to have a very close reference. Like in this case, the hairstyle is basically the same, so hairstyle. That's my bottom half here, yes sir. The bottom half is vibe based. I'm just gonna go with vibes. It's too much, I think. Okay. Thickness control. In Clip Studio, you have the you have you go to brush size, and then next to brush size, there's this menu here, right? And then you can turn it on for pen pressure. That's the basic one. And that's for tilt, velocity, and random. And then, or you can also go into the big menu, I think. Also here, brush size, you can open it from here as well. It's the same menu. Yeah, no problem. Rotate your brush texture? Rotate your brush texture. I don't think you can do that from the menu. So if you're talking about texture, from what I understand, let me see. So this, oh, whoa, what was that? Oh, okay, it's just a dumb thing. So this texture here, oh, there is a rotation angle. Never mind. What? Okay, I never used this before, but I guess you can rotate it here. This is for the texture, but if you're talking about the tip shape, it's on over here, which is also another texture that you can do. And there's also angle here. This is the one that I know of, but I didn't know you can rotate the texture. In this case, it's noise, so it doesn't actually do anything. But I guess I was gonna say, if you couldn't do this, you could also just go ahead and open the texture up, rotate it, and then save it again. Dang, I didn't know this was here. Anyways, that's the 2 textures that I know of. I don't think there's any other ones. Yeah, no problem. And my software is so outdated. It's version 2. Like, I wonder how much more new shit I'm missing out. How many more new shit I'm missing out? Much? Many? Yeah. I think it's sitting at version 4 right now or something. Anyways. I should get like another perpetual license if it ever goes on sale like that again. Or are they just selling perpetual licenses? Can I just buy one? Wait, hang on. Studio. I feel like there is a certain beauty in using like old softwares. Like I really admire people who use Psy. Yeah, it's version 4 right now. Can I just buy like a... It's $50. Ooh, perpetual. I thought they removed the perpetual license. Oh, it's $50 US. Hang on. How much is it in Canadian pesos? 70 Canadian pesos. Can I upgrade mine? Last 2 weeks I said 50% off. Oh my god. Maybe just use it out of spite. I'm just gonna use version 2 out of spite. Who needs those new features anyways? Who needs them anyways? Not me. Can't be me. Oh, wait, what? Ah. I feel like for the longest time, I feel like, because I don't really celebrate my birthdays, right? And then, actually that's not really related, but like I always remember people asking me what I would want for my birthday, or if there's anything I want, if I have all the money. And the only thing I ever wanted is just more skill. Just to be better at what I want to do. So I guess following that line, the only thing I really want is just more time. Just arguably what everybody wants as well, but anyways. But yeah, I feel you, man. Think of all the fun things that you can do with more skill. Like how much more enjoyable art would be if I don't have to struggle through bullshit every time I do. Honestly, absolutely, like I keep thinking about this video that I want to make about like stuff that I learned or how I would advise my younger self. And honestly, man, art is absolute dog shit. Like anything that is like a skill that takes time to practice, like you really have to have a good reason for doing it. Like how else are you gonna keep yourself constantly working over and over, failing over and over? Like you literally fail every single time you do it. Until like years and years down the line where you get good enough that you stop failing because you have failed all the different ways already before. Like why do people do this shit? I cannot comprehend. As much as I want to blame my younger self for not trying harder and working harder, it is only because I slacked off so much that I have so much drive today, because I felt like I wasted so much time, which is it's like the greatest irony that I can ever think of for myself. This thing that you really want to do, yeah, you kind of have to not do it for like 5 years first, so you make yourself super desperate. So then you actually have the determination and patience to go for it. Or rather, really is the desperation. It is just desperation, nothing else. What drives me every day is literally just desperation. Oh man. Is that an ADHD? Is that ADHD? I don't... Yeah, I don't think... I don't know, to be fair. I don't really know what the symptoms are for ADHD, but I feel like from what I have seen so far, I don't think I can classify myself as one. Not that I have the right to classify myself as one anyways, but my surface level understanding. I don't exhibit, like, the symptoms for the most part. Some of them, you know, sometimes you get distracted and then you forget what you're doing. I feel like the canvas sort of lost the not canvas, but the piece sort of lost its original charm of being so zoomed in on the face once the rest of the body comes in. So maybe I shouldn't have it after all. Maybe we should just focus on this part, like the photo. Once the rest of the body comes in, it's a little bit distracting. But giving up a chance to draw the tail, like, I think it's hard to swallow this pill. Then again, I don't really have a lot of space for it though. I don't really like tails that curve up that much. Rather, I don't like them for wolves, because wolves don't really... I feel like they don't really do a lot of movement with the tails. They're too cool for that, you know. But without it, we don't get anything on this canvas, so... Dilemma. I see, I screwed this up. Oh my god. Pain. Okay, let me fix this. Oh, I could just shift it down there. I'm not gonna do it again. Okay, let me go do some colors, man. And finish this tomorrow. Oh my god, I'm wearing out my my new pen nib really fast for some reason this time around. I don't know why. My screen is the same. It's not like there's more scratches. Okay, what do I do now though? I want to do colors, but I want to not just do color for the sake of color. Maybe a bit more rendering. In that case, I should do black and white because I don't want to overwhelm. So, let me take a good look at... let me see, what is it, this... Oh, I didn't copy and paste again. YouTube is not letting me copy and paste. Yeah, this is the kind of wolf tail that I like the small kind. It's about smaller. I don't like small tails, like bunny tails. But I also don't like huge ones, like, oh, it's always that balance. Kind of like Booba and Cake. Anyways, let me open up my hair reference real quick. Actually, not even hair, any reference actually. Oh, I can check hair reference. It's not like hair reference only has hair in it. It has it still has the entire thing. Actually, this might be a good practice too. It's not quite the style I want, but I feel like it is interesting. There's a lot of options. Any one of this would do just fine. These ones are nice too. Yeah, because the ingestion, and then we're gonna change it up as well. So. Yeah, I think it is interesting. But then her key will remain the same as Ria's one. So actually I'm gonna do this this individual because of the gradient. I do like gradients. It's like an easy way to get like the details in. Like Gigi has like 2 different color in her hair. So the last time I draw Gigi's hair was also a lot easier because it just felt more complete, polished, just because you already have 2 colors. So it's a lot easier to get all the details in there, like a bunch of details in there. Wait, let me try this. Let me give this a try. Naku 999. Oh, let's see. They do a lot more. Like the yes. Have a good night, George. Oof. Not completely done yet, no. For the most part, but then it will complicate the sequence though, because gradient technically exists outside of it. Oh, whoops. I'll finish this off tomorrow. By that, I probably mean that I'll finish this off over the course of this week because I still have to add the colors and stuff, add the shading and stuff. For today, I'm gonna go back to colors. How do I want to do this though? I'll just sketch something and then color it. Not be too worried about stuff. So down with this, perch. 7. 8. I still want to go back to this, but this is so daunting. This thing is so scary. It's 7. Okay. Keep it there. No. Bridge. Oh wait, oops. Wrong way. It's done. Over. Outside. Collapsing. Oh no, I didn't. Okay, I see. Ah, I see. I missed the target here. Because it was too big. Yeah, it's too big. Hello, Kirio. Does this mean your sleep schedule is pretty messed up? Always. Ooh, the piercings on the ears, man. Oh my god. Target. でかいね。ちょっとじゃないわ。Oh, I didn't see them. What? Double frequent. What? Oh. I'm gonna continue to stick to like hard lines here. Ooh, 見えないな。I could have traced, but I think I want to try out some of these patterns here. Even if I don't focus and try to remember it, at least I went through it once. Sometimes some stuff sticks around, and I learn some new patterns, but even if it doesn't. Why does it go so weird? I should probably do the big lines first. really thin. Interesting. No lines here. see, okay. Hello Igami. This is just the normal, sorry, one of the default brushes. It's a real G pen. It's just G pen with some texture on it. I'm struggling with well, a lot of things, but right now mostly is I like my sketches. It doesn't have texture. It's like the brush tip that is kind of a little bit roughed up, but the texture is not set. But yeah, I like the way my sketches look. I like how there's a good variation. There is overlapping, ironically. But a lot of these rendered styles, I do like the ones that doesn't have sort of this sort of massive lines, where the focus is placed on the shapes, so on and so forth. Actually, what is the artist called? Oh yeah, this artist. Now I'm talking about this, I just realized because the line art style, this artist has that sort of vibe that I like, that I was talking about. So I'm wondering what their rendering looks like. Right, pretty natural. I think it's like you take the lines, they're semi-transparent, maybe put a soft light or something, you whack it on top of colors, and then you render on top of that. I do like this too. Maybe I can work towards this style instead, because I feel like drawing clean lines is such a pain yet. It makes the flow of the process so bad. Maybe I can work towards this. Flyway's kind of hard. Honestly, art is such a... Okay, I've been complaining about art like basically for the past 9 months, but there are things that you should learn in a very structured way, like anatomy, construction, stuff like that. It helps a lot, especially when you're unsure, right? You have something to fall back on. But there are also parts where you should really just learn the shapes or learn the feel of it, because like stuff like drawing, man, this is, I mean, depends on how you feel about them yourself, what people feel about them. But like I feel like stuff like hands, you can learn structure to it and it helps, but some of the fingers, right, the way the poses work, some of the fingers, some of the balance that is involved, it really is just shapes, because construction only gets you like, you know, a bunch of cylinders, and it doesn't flow as well, it doesn't feel as smooth and polished. So sometimes you really just kind of need to learn the shapes and have the experience to know like what sort of looks good and what looks good to yourself. And I feel like line weight is one of those things. I try to learn them in a very structured way, where I try to see people, oh, they say like, hey, you could use it to do like the bottom side of every shape. You can use it for the separation between big parts. You can use it for the curve, right? You can have like two sides of the curve be darker and the tip, the apex of this turn be a little bit lighter. But like after all that, like right now, the way I'm doing it, it's really just, I just kind of feel it. Like what I want to be a bit darker, what I want to be a bit lighter. Like I've learned that I really like having these like darker parts at the bottom, because it's just very natural to do. And simply having this sort of variation in line weight anywhere just kind of makes the whole art really polished, I feel like. It makes it a lot more interesting, I suppose. The really clean flat lines also have their purpose though. Kind of like almost like pixel art if you have like a fixed line width line. And then you just have a bunch of these. These kind of work too. But these looks always look nicer to me. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I wouldn't worry too much about line weight. I feel like it just comes naturally after you draw a bunch. At some point, you'll get comfortable enough with the sketching that you're trying to be a little bit more free. And then that's where your personality, the stuff that you like comes out. It just kind of comes out, even if you don't want them to. Yeah, it's hard to, I get that feeling. It's hard to sort of believe that it's gonna happen until it actually happens. And then you'll be like, oh shit, it's happening. It's gonna come. It is gonna come. As soon as you keep drawing, it's gonna come. That's why art is such a pain in the ass thing, honestly. Freaking art, man. Because you have to struggle through a bunch, and then at some point it clicks, and then it just works. And then it's really hard to number one, like kind of talk to people, like convince people that's necessarily going to happen for them as well. And then the second thing is even if you can talk about it, like it's also really hard to believe in what other people say about this because it's a very personal experience kind of thing. I guess it happens differently for different people too. Trust the process is such a accurate term for art, but it's also such a difficult thing to do. Like, what are you trusting exactly? If you don't know that the process works, how do you know if this is the right process to trust? That's always been my issue. How do I know that this is right? What do you mean, like, just trust the process? Like, I'm supposed to trust this process that I came up with by myself? Someone who has no experience and never made it work yet before? Like, what? How does that make sense? Yeah, spending all my time cleaning up the lines, but I think it's not too bad doing this once in a while. I'm trying to see what the gap is as well. Doing this lets me see the gap because I go from lines that I like to lines I don't necessarily like, and then going into the final render and finishing up the render, and then at the end getting a feel for it again. It's like, hey, you know, if this were the way I proceed, I would take a dip in my confidence as I do the lines because I don't like it. But at least the outcome I know is going to come out good. Then the next time I do it, I get a little bit more confident. Yeah, how do I make a video, man? How do I make a video about these things? It all comes down to that one question. It's why do you draw? Because if the reason is not good enough and you don't want to have the skill bad enough, there's just no real way to push through this, I feel like. If you're like super active and like thinking about it constantly, like if you think about art constantly and how you're like, hey, I'm not improving as much as I want, you get discouraged really fast. If you're just kind of working through it, it's not that like that much weight on it. Then it just happens. It's just gonna happen over time. So for my past self who's like super duper, like I want to do good, but I can't do good, I constantly suck. If the reason wasn't good enough, I would have given up a long time ago. I'm not gonna draw the ear piercings. Also, I just realized they have 2 sets of ears. Oh, this is kind of far. Oh, whatever, dude. Bite me. Oh, it's kind of very far. This compilation has a lot more repeats than all the other ones. I guess Nasha Town's kind of small. This is also Genshin, man. This is a new region. that they just released. Relatively just. It's been a while too. Or that sequence, targets, 2/3. 2/3, 2/3, yes. Jack up top. Oh, it goes into the back. Oh, I see. That's an interesting shape in there. Almost there. Man, this is an exercise in patience. I could have just traced. Every time I thought maybe it's a good idea to try drawing it so I can practice, I always regret it. I was like, I should have just traced. And could have just done it the easy way. Easy. Not easy. They got okay, it's a bit too big. Nice. You can really see like the kind of shapes that people like that I would never draw myself. There are like these shapes on the side here. There are like there's this turn here that is like that, and it's like exactly the same on the other side. And I don't think I will ever make shapes like that. That's the thing. Like just do this. Because this is a pretty straight line here relative to the outside curve. So this shape looks like a kind of like a semicircle instead of more like a curve like that. I would have done something more like that, I think. More curvy. Everything else is agreeable. This side got a little bit big. I don't think it's a little bit though. Yeah, let me see. Half. Yeah. Like 10-20% bigger. But anyways. So be our base here. So I need my colors, please. Oh, am I gonna do black and white? Wait, hang on. Interesting. I think I'll do black and white first. It's definitely value in doing color because there's some accents. There's like some blue accents in here that I didn't notice before. It's a lot more colorful than I thought it was. So it's probably value in just giving that a try, just to get a feel for what's it like. What does it take to add some more color? What does it mean? What does it feel like to add more color? I'll do black and white first. Let's see. So the baby. I'll come back. Yeah, it's all good. Nothing much to miss. Somewhat decent clean line, so I should be able to do this just fine here. なんか外なんかあったっけ？まあいいや。Oh, I'm hungry. I want to get some fruits. Should I use the darker gray? I cannot see shit. There you go. Yeah, I should try a different way to do the lines next time. I want to try the other artist next time for sure. This way of drawing is too it's too tedious. The clean lines take so long to render, to put down. No more clean lines now. No more clean line. Get rid of the skin part first. Oh. Not good. Roughly. This is my fault, but I should do it like this. Is that true? It could be. Oh. I mean, yeah, it has to be clean to some extent anyway. Right? Oh, I'm supposed to go this way. Right. Oh, wait. One, two, three. Check. Ignoring everything else. For the most part, I think it should be fine. For sure, but I think good line doesn't mean that it has to be clean lines. I think it just needs to be it just needs to showcase the idea clearly. It just needs to contain stuff like perspective, form, and stuff like that in there, so that it guides what happens next with the rendering. That doesn't necessarily have to be clean. Clean. Alright, what do I want to do now? I think I want to ignore the gradient first. I mean, to be fair, the gradient really is just airbrushed in. And then if I just keep the layers for shadow separate, then there's no issues here. Because then I'm assuming that the gradient is as a result of light fall off. If it was as a result of the actual change in hair color, then even if I split between light and shadow layers, it just means I have to put in the gradient two separate times. Two distinctly separate times. And that's fine too. So either one works fine. So in this case here, if I just focus on getting the shadows on one layer, we can go in and play around the gradient as much as we want later. Not really a problem. Same thing for the ones on the shadows too. Yeah, okay, at the end of the day, it comes back down to just one base color, one shadow layer, and then one highlight. And then that's that. Everything else can be done within those layers. Whether if we paint it or if we have even more layers. But okay. So I want to just take out the shadow first. Because that's what understanding form is. So shadow first, shadow first. Skin. Oh, skin and shadow has the same first letter. Okay. Does it matter what I use? It does not now. Just keep it rough for now, I guess. It's locked, okay. Sorry, why not both? This is a cost thing. I like grapes more as a fruit, personally. But it's also harder to get fresh ones, I feel like. And I think above all else, freshness should be priority. You know, speaking from a point of view of someone with stomach problems, I feel like Oh, if that's the case, I would definitely get grapes. You don't have to peel either. Although it depends if there's seeds, I suppose. Could be complicated as well. Yes, I think I don't. Do I like it? I think it's just more convenient. I like it for the convenience, not having to peel, but at the same time, it's like because I recently bought some apples too because I decided to eat a little bit more good stuff. But I just can't stand the fact that it's out there. Anyone, probably 10,000 people touched it. I come back, if you just give it a rinse, I don't think that's gonna do much. Do all the baddies on the apple skin. At this point, like, even if I like peel the apple, I would actually boil the apple again. Because like when you're peeling, you're gonna have to touch the skin and touch the apple. That's just cross-contamination 101. Like, it's like, I can't eat it. I have to boil it. You wash it with soap? So the thing with soap is that I remember a long time ago my mom bought like this special soap just for washing fruits. And apparently like using normal soap wasn't very healthy or some shit. I can't remember what the whole spiel was. Soap. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. I'm almost inclined to wash my eggs with soap too. Always once for fruit. Oh, okay. So you are using like, so there is like this thing where it's like specialized soap for, oh, okay, that's interesting. Because veggies, I boil it anyways, so I'm okay with the fact that it's not washed with anything else other than just water. The concern I feel is always like, am I gonna eat a bunch of soap and chemicals in the soap? Oh, okay, so I'm trying to draw the shadows based on how I understand the form, but obviously there's a lot of other stuff involved, I feel like. Stylization as well as just trying to add more variation within the setup here. But being faced with this like question of what should I do is the point of practice, I guess. Is there any point in doing this though? You have to wash eggs. I just rinse it with water. Because I'm just gonna boil it again afterwards. But for the most part, I feel fine with it. Japan has like really clean eggs, I've heard. Because it's like their eggs are meant to be eaten raw. So they really make sure it's clean. Otherwise, like salmonella is a big problem. Yeah, just make some basic shadows. Some of them doesn't really necessarily make too much sense, but I guess because it's a study, I'm just inclined to keep it a little bit more tighter, like tied to the original. Because like this part here, I would have just taken out, like I would have just made it like pretty much dark. I think it's more visually appealing to be like a little bit more strong on one side. To do 3/4. Even if the face is mostly lit. Maybe you can pull back a little bit more, but I feel like this should be in the back for sure, with the way the light's coming in this way. I'm just gonna keep it like this for now. I am worried about chicken poop, not as much though. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like once it's boiled, because I boil for pretty long, for like 10 minutes, I don't think bacteria can survive for after 10 minutes in like 100 degrees water. Washing with soap, huh? That's very interesting because I feel inclined to do it, but now that I think about it. But it's just that for so long, it's never been a thing in my family that I've... You know, I'm a bit of a germaphobe. I try to keep track of what's like if my hands are dirty, it will bug me forever until I wash it. So it's more natural for me to go and wash it, but now that I think about it, The dead cells on the eggs? Would that not get washed away by the water if I rinse it? Like, I rinse it and then I use my hands to like kind of scrub it a little bit, but it's definitely nothing like with a soap, with a piece of soap. Oh. Is that the sequence from the other side, or is that not? What is that word? Figure it out later. Maybe, Maybe I should step up my washing game. Natural black tips? Oh yeah, like, yeah, there's some gradients involved, which I'm trying to ignore actively. Because it's not part of the shadow, you know, technically. So I'm just kind of ignoring that. But like, I'm looking at this one tip over here. You can see how, like, for this branch, this segment here that is coming down is much brighter than this, but they both have that gradient on them. So I'm just thinking of the logistics of trying to get that set up. How would I paint that, you know? In my head, it's a lot easier to just keep this part as the shadow, this bottom half as in the shadow, top part in the light block. So 2 separate layers then, right? Then you just put in the gradient twice. But then looking at the colors over here, the shadow seems to take on that purple hue, which only exists for like the very tip here. But then again, you know, if that's... Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, I learned a lot of things, but one of the things I felt like I've learned is that it doesn't really matter how you do it, as long as you know what you want and then you have a way of getting to where you want to be. It's just that... I mean, that being said, there could be 2 layers of shadows here too. Yeah, I don't know how this thing is set up. But yeah, anyways. It is just habit to try and think of it in terms of layers 1, 2, 3, 4. But if you're just gonna paint it and stuff like that afterwards anyways, it doesn't really matter how it's done. How the layers are set up. You just need the 1 layer for light and 1 layer for shadow, so that you can add in gradients separately, and then after that it's just painting. It's just whatever. Whatever works. And I think that's the freest form of working. So that's what I want to work towards. I need to maybe tone back a little bit on that. Break it down layers 1, 2, 3, blah blah blah. That doesn't quite feel like chromatic aberration. Although now that you mention it, I have seen it used for just this intermediary color here. Between the transition of the gradient, there's like extra color. Sometimes I think that is done with chromatic aberration. Sometimes. Yeah, but the way I'm doing these things, I don't care. Yes, I do not care. Just set up the 2 layers and then gradient a bunch of shit in. Then just paint. Yeah, okay. I need to remind myself to not use straight, like tight, thin lines like this anymore. I need to try the other style. I need to change. If not, nothing would change. I need to change first myself. Chanji. Need to do better. Oh man, so much to do. So much to see. So what's wrong with taking the back streets? What am I doing? So that's one way of doing this. I would like to try to see how I would do this. So I feel like some of these are not how I would do it. So let me give that a shot here. So I want to keep stuff that I would do, but then again, I need to maintain the lighting here. Yes, it's time to draw. I do have to hop off soon though. I hope that doesn't discourage you. I forgot this in the corner. Maika, I'll deal with that later. The lighting is front though, like, but based on the body, it is possible that I should be able to take this part out. I'm just gonna take it out first. どうしようかな。ここら辺か? Right. It should have some width, I guess. Give it some width. Of course. No, it would catch so that you can cast shadow. That's fine. Fine. Probably not. do not know. Oh my god, I have some issues here. Anyways, I gotta hop off. Get some food and whatnot. I'll continue with this tomorrow. Continue the other sketch, continue with this. Yeah, anyways, thank you guys for coming. I'll see you guys tomorrow.